They see an instance in which Black America is upset, rightfully upset about George Floyd, and maybe they're going to come out and protest, right? And then they say, this is the opportunity for us to now pretend that this is Black America, and it's them that's going to riot,
right.
and it's them that's going to loot. So they're actually using Black Americans as a shield to pursue their anarchy, their anarchy goals. And in that way, it's extremely racist, right? To hide behind Black Americans and make us look like we're the criminals and we're the people that don't know how to cope with death, so we're burning down our neighborhoods. That's ridiculous.
Beverly Beatty, I hope to God I'm saying her name right. Beverly Beatty is my hero. Now, she's been growing on me week after week, arrest after arrest, because she has been standing up and getting arrested for it, standing up for righteousness. When I see a young woman who stands up for God first, stands up to these issues, no matter the bullying, no matter the criticism, Bevelyn she just go hard, man.
Don't just sit by idly and watch your country go to the ground. Stand with your police force. Vote for Trump. Vote Republican. Vote for Christians and stand up Christians.
For the Black people. This for the Black people. They destroying businesses for Black people. They're looting for Black people. They do it for Black people, right? Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. But you want to defund the police for Black people. You're lying. No, we're not standing with Black Lives Matter. We want our police. Refund our police. Refund our police. Y'all don't care about Black lives. Y'all don't care about Black lives.
Music to my ears. Painting to my eyes. This was brilliant to me. I love how she stands up and she actually goes out and does the things that she talk about. I mean, I got to give her props. She out there in the streets painting over Black Lives Matter.
The Black Lives Matter mural on Fifth Avenue vandalized twice in one day. A protester splashing black paint over the mural in front of Trump Tower. And before the paint could even be cleaned up, another person vandalized the mural, the fourth time this week.
Black Lives Matter, but you want to defund the police for Black people. You're lying.
Hours earlier, this video shows the chaos on Fifth Avenue as a woman identified by police as 29-year-old Beverly Beatty splatters black paint on the yellow letters of the Black Lives Matter mural.
Refund the police!
And what kills the liberals, the leftists, is that you have a black woman doing this. It's very hard for you to call her a racist. It's very hard for you to call her anything outside of her name because she's a woman of God, and from all intents and purposes, everything that she represents is godly. She don't even cuss in her stuff. Most reasonable black people that know what they really stand for, we don't stand by them. They don't say nothing at the abortion mill. They don't say nothing when brothers are laying in the street being attacked by other black people. They say nothing about obesity. They say nothing about the education system. They are not advocating for anything unless you are harmed by a white police officer. Because if it was a black police officer, they don't care. They care less. They don't care. It doesn't matter to them.
If you are a child of God, you are my brother and sister.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I have family of every race, creed, and ideology.
Oh, man, that's good.
We must ensure Black Lives Matter doesn't morph into Black Lives Better. Terry, man, that was beautiful, man. That sound like Dr. Martin Luther King, man.
Yeah?
We should call Terry Crews Dr. Reverend Terry Crews. That was beautiful, man.
I got to see folks that really do want change, like the rest of us, that have been impacted by racism. And then I got to see those people get faded out by people that have no idea what racism is all about. Never experienced racism. That don't even know that the tactics that they are using are the same tactics that were used against my people. And they don't even know they don't even know the history. They don't know what they're saying. Coming from someone who graduated from PSU with a history degree, it's actually frightening on how, they say if you don't know your history, you repeat it, and watching people do that to other people.
Are all white people bad? No.
That's true.
Are all black people Good. Hell no. Look, knowing this reality, I stand on my decision to unite with good people. No matter the race, creed, or ideology. Given the number of threats against this decision, I also decide to die on this hill. Man, Terry, my brother, I will die with you, my friend. I will go on that hill with you. Ain't nobody trying to die. That was a metaphor. You crazy?
Someone of color, black, Hispanic, Asian, come up to the fence and directly want to talk to me. Hey, what do you think about George Floyd? What do you think about what happened about this? I go up to the fence, someone white comes up, F the police, don't talk to him. That was the most bizarre thing because I could see it coming. I even had a young African American girl tell me, why is it you guys aren't talking to us? I said, honestly, this is now the 23rd day of doing it. Every time I try to have a conversation with someone that looks like me, someone white comes up and blocks them and tells them not to talk. And then right when I said that, this white girl popped right in front of her and she said, he just said that was gonna happen. I said, told you. I told you.
Why does an organization have the name Black Lives Matter, but you go out to the protests, it's majority non-black? What's really going on? Who's really behind it? Who really is getting their needs met or their purpose filled by having these so-called protests, which ain't nothing but riots? I mean, all over the nation you have riots. They're not peaceful. Ain't no peaceful protesters no more at these BLM so-called protests. It's all riots. And I've been saying that for weeks. People say, oh no, people are still peaceful. I can't tell.
You say Black Lives Matter is what?
Is a political arm for the Democratic Party.
That has been co-opted.
Correct.
Park youth leading the charge as more than 100 people marched and rallied around the newly repainted Black Lives Matter mural. Overnight, a mural designed to spark the Black Lives Matter movement in Oak Park was defaced. Residents waking up this morning to find the words, "All Lives Matter."
Protesters are sitting in front of Cincinnati City Hall tonight after someone defaced Cincinnati's City Commission Black Lives Matter mural painted on the street there.
Yeah, the mural was unveiled less than a month ago with the goal of providing a moment of healing for the city after nationwide protests over police brutality made their way here. Tonight, a group of people learned about the mural being partially covered there and stepped out to protest against it. One of them tells us they demand accountability for the apparent act of vandalism.
In the house, what's happening? What's happening, Karen? What's happening? Aw.
Come on.
What's your name?
You got it on video. I got it on video too. What a punk. I want to get here.
We got all of these problems and we refuse to address any of them, which is why I just find the Black Lives Matter movement to just be rooted in fraud and it just a lack of courage, complete cowardice. I would support that movement in a second if they were talking about what we're talking about. If they were talking about black on black crime, if they were talking about abortion, if they were talking about father absence, I'd be like, this is, yes, finally we are having a real discussion with ourselves.
Need some pop. Where y'all at? When they're killing each other. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? They don't care. Y'all don't care about black people. Susan, get your keys. Get your keys. They're not mine. They don't care about black people. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Bill de Blasio doesn't care about black people. I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up. They don't care about black people. They can kill that demon. They can kill that. Black Lives Matter is a demon. It's the devil. It's destroying this nation.
Every 4 years, the Democrats need to get the black vote.
And it seems that almost every 4 years we start seeing racial tension rise. Every single night, I think, during Trump's election, Black Lives Matter protesters were being displayed on my screen. If you were a black person in America, you would have thought that you couldn't walk out the door. You would have thought that the police were hunting us, right? Factually speaking, it's just not true.